Hey Legocentrics, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be a little bit of a different one. The latest version of Lego Masters here in Australia has hit TV screens, and I guess what I wanted to do is share with you this latest series. For many of you that have watched the Lego Masters series in your own countries, it's because of the birth child of it being and it's starting here in Australia. So now, some of you may or may not be able to get your hands on it, so I thought this would be a really good way of sharing it with everybody. Now, because we don't want to get a copyright strike against us, I am going to have to be kind of chopping in and out of the show to give my comment and opinions on it as we go through. But yeah, let's get straight into it.
The world's most famous tiny plastic brick.
Incredible stories down into brick form. It's awesome. You should be super proud.
Since roughly the beginning of recorded human history, builders have come from everywhere to this place to battle it out for the title of Lego Masters. Wow. Each year, the builds got bigger, better, bolder. But if TV's about one thing, it's about escalation. So this year, we knew we needed a much bigger theme. So we personally searched the entire galaxy for the greatest builders ever. 6 international giants.
We're from China. We're from Canada.
We're here to compete for Team Sweden.
We're from Lego Masters in USA. New Zealand.
We won Lego Masters Finland.
I'm always super interested to have a look at the different teams from around the world and how their building styles kind of vary. It was really interesting in the last series to see that. So yeah, I'm excited to see what these other teams can bring to the table this time around.
Ready to take on 4 seasoned Aussie teams.
As the OG winners of Lego Masters Australia, we are here to defend our title.
We're back for one thing.
Redemption.
I've got to say, in this early stages, David and G, who you just saw, are very much favourites of mine. I love the way that they do really technical builds, but I also really love their use of minifigures in them as well. So I'll be excited to see what these guys can do too.
So click yourself in for a galactic Lego bout for the ages.
Action. Let's go. Let's lay some bricks.
Focus, focus. Oh. Get Giant One, tell him the spell's already begun. I got a ton of magic here, mate. Get ready for a season of magic.
I love that.
Intrigue.
Who done it?
Surprises. Surprise guests. See that cool slide off? And the most brilliant build you've ever seen in Lego Masters history. Let's go, Daddy, let's go! Oh my, holy, was that a pillar?
With the galaxy on the line, we're going to have to swing for the fences every episode.
Grandmasters of the Galaxy. It's like the best title you can have as a Lego builder.
Let's do this. You can tell that we are in Grandmasters of the Galaxy. You're doing all of the tricks. You really showed the spirit of Lego Masters. No way. Oh my gosh, you aced it.
Who will be Lego Masters, Grandmasters of the Galaxy?
I wonder how much of a factor sometimes it is when you've got these teams, even kind of existing Australian teams, let alone the internationals that come through. And, they're coming up against some of the original winners of the series. I guess probably the big thing I would imagine, though, is that if you've got teams coming in from other countries that are also winners, that have to be very much up there in regards to, being a huge threat to win the series. So it'd be interesting to see how it all plays out as the season rolls on.
Those doors open and the energy is palpable. The excitement in the air. You get those goosebumps as you step in, and it is just awe-inspiring to be back.
I've seen probably every season of Lego Masters Australia, and I'm really excited, but I'm also very scared because I've seen how good they are.
I know some of them have won, and that's a pretty big threat.
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah.
Feel like I'm in the UN.
This is actually surreal.
Where is New Zealand?
We're over here.
There's this massive big world.
And we're like, go to New Zealand.
Let's go find New Zealand.
Okay.
There's no New Zealand.
For those of you who have after a little bit of backstory on this, Australia and New Zealand are very close on the global map. And I guess like all the countries around the world, they're super competitive with their neighbours. And I guess Australia and New Zealand have always got the kind of big brother, little brother kind of competition kind of going on. So it's funny to see that in the Australian series that New Zealand was left off the map. I wonder whether or not that was intentional, just to push a few buttons.
Wait, are you not on this?
We're not on the map.
Are you kidding me?
Where's New Zealand
There's
here?
no way.
Someone had one job.
One job.
You would have thought someone would have checked.
Yeah. Oh no! Look what's in between the tables.
I thought it's just trimmed.
My eyes wander to all the little tracks connecting the tables together.
It can mean only one thing.
We get to walk in. How are you, gang? Hey, everyone. That's what it feels like. Oh my God, 7 years. We finally got to feel it.
This is opposite. Oh yeah.
Everybody, welcome to Lego Masters Grand Masters of the Galaxy. This is the big one. We did Australia versus the world, and that was great. But there's only one place to go from there. The galaxy. Got more teams than ever before. We've never had 10 teams on Lego Masters Australia. Everybody in this room, every team, has either been a finalist on their country's version of Lego Masters, or they've won the whole darn thing. That is why we've gathered you here to the center of the galaxy, Australia, to play for galactical supremacy. We want to see which team rises to the top.
That's pretty awesome if they've gathered together all of the, people that have either won it or they're finalists. So I imagine the standard throughout this series is going to be really high. It's going to be exciting.
And which team is able to take out not just the title of Lego Masters Grand Masters of the Galaxy, but take home $100,000. No matter where you roam in the Milky Way, you really do get to say that you are the best of the best.
Let's be honest, the sheer talent in here is actually mind-boggling. Proven finalists, proven winners. I don't think I've ever seen a room full of Lego builders like this before. This trophy trumps all others. This is bragging rights that you've never seen before.
Gee, how electric is the atmosphere?
Sparkly.
Sparkly. I mean, I knew you wouldn't disappoint. As you may have possibly deduced, the tubes linking the benches today, they are there for a reason. The very first challenge of this season is the infamous ball contraption build that we've seen before on Lego Masters. Your job will be to receive a small ball on one side of your bench, build a creative contraption that travels it through a world that expresses your creative instincts, then deliver it to the pipe on the other side. And in success, we have a ball that goes from bench to bench to bench, rolling its way around the room.
Our three key criteria always remain: storytelling, technical ability, and aesthetics. The trick about this build is not only the technical challenge of getting the ball from where it lands on your table up and out, but it's about the dwell time. The time that the ball spends on your build, it gives you a chance to explore your storytelling before it passes on. Now, this build, I will score out of 20. However, if your ball does not make it to the next table, you will automatically get a 0.
That is massive in regards to the competition, you know, to be in a situation where you've kind of gone through a whole challenge and, you know, then have no points at the end of it is huge. For me, if I was in the competition, I would almost sacrifice a little bit of that kind of function and aesthetics of it just to guarantee that you get your ball through the course that you create. So, yeah, it'd be interesting to see how the teams tackle it. I know some of them are going to swing for the fences. It just happens all the time. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how everybody plays it.
You're hearing a few oohs, so I see we all work on the same number system. We all know 0 is bad. We're starting big. We're starting with one of the hardest challenges. There is a lot riding on that little ball making it to the next tube. To complete this build, you have got 12 hours until I release the ball and it begins its journey, whether you are ready or not. The brick pit's over there. Time starts now. Good luck. Good luck, everyone, guys.
Just on a side note, how much of a dream would it be to have a brick pit like they have in these competitions? You know, all those minifigures laid out on the wall, plus all of the, you know, the bricks there in color-coded forms. Yeah, it's, I think if I had a cross lotto win, I'd want to get a brick pit like this, that's for sure.
I'm coming.
Losing a hat. Emily and Sarah, Team NZ, how are you?
We're doing great.
How are we fitting in?
Well, I have one little question.
Yes.
Can you just take a look at that world map? Can you just find New Zealand, please?
Isn't it just sort of, because it's sort of had to squash into the circle, has it sort of squashed up above? Is it sort of squashed up to there? Or was that a bit Timor-y? Do you know what? We did notice that.
Yeah.
And as a gesture of goodwill and welcoming and trans-Tasman love.
Yeah, it's not helping the old New Zealand Aussie.
Guess what I got? I got the team to make up out of that. North and South Island.
Thank you so much. Let's have a look.
There we go.
Let's just make sure.
Probably doesn't actually go that high.
Too close to Australia either.
That's just sort of, okay, well, I'll put you as wide as I possibly can.
They totally did it on purpose. Surely they didn't forget about it. They did it on purpose just for the camera. Or just to push a few buttons.
Look at that. Just squeezed in.
Yeah,
Welcome
done.
to the Earth.
My name is Sarah.
And my name is Emily.
And
we're from New Zealand. And we came second. Sarah is really fun, colourful, creative.
Earrings by Sarah. And Emily is the smartest person I know. She's incredibly intelligent.
And like the two of us, that's really, you know, there's this energy.
To represent New Zealand is an incredible honour. We're mums.
And we're not too old to play with Lego.
What's the idea for this build?
We're thinking space. We're kind of going with the galaxy idea. I've got this really, really cool idea of the ball moving through space. It's going to go round the rings of Saturn and then into the black hole where it's going to rotate around and then drop down onto the next one.
It's going to be interesting to see how this one comes out. I would imagine that being a space theme, you've got lots of black involved with it, and you'd really need to kind of make those planets pop as you're doing it. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see how, you know, heavy it is with the blacks in the final build.
This is like straight out of the gates challenge. I mean, to be fair, I think we were expecting something a little bit
easier,
and that's fine. That's fine.
The people in this room are like amazing. We have seen them on TV. We know that they're like winners, or, you know, they've been in Grandmasters. So you're kind of like, oh my gosh, you know, they're here. Okay, so
it will be fine. We're just going to do our damnedest, and we're going to try our hardest, and yeah, not freak out. It's not going to break us. It's not going to break us.
Not again. It's been too long.
I've actually got quite a bit of a range, man. A lot more stuff from season 1.
Yeah, man. It feels great to be back with Cade. We were Team Dad on season 1.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's been so long. Henry and I have not had an opportunity to build together since we completed our winning build on season 1.
The winner of Lego Masters is Henry and Cade.
It's been a long time since I've been on Lego Masters, but we're here to defend our title. We're going to build an Australian street. We're going to have a big wheelie bin that's been tipped over with all the rubbish spilt across the road. And then there are going to be bin chickens. It's going to roll down and then a magpie is going to swoop down, grab the ball and carry it to the next team's build.
For those of you that are after a little bit of reference on bin chickens, so they are a form of ibis that are very common here in Australia and, very well known in parks and playgrounds. They're to be found with their head deep in the bins, kind of fishing out food. So bin chicken is something that is well and truly well known here in Australia.
The bin chickens will be telling the story like, they're attacking the ball as it's going through.
Yeah,
It'll be like a gauntlet. I'm a little bit petrified of attacking the mechanisms again. Last time I did this challenge, I was eliminated. So this is...
You didn't tell me that.
Henry and Sarah, the golf course just needed a little something in the journey that the ball took.
Unfortunately, Sarah and Henry, that's why you'll be leaving today.
This is a redemption arc. This is a redemption arc.
Brickman, new season. Back. Ultimate season.
Yeah.
It's episode 1. This is going to be epic. Everyone in here is either a past winner or a finalist, and we've brought back one of the hardest challenges of Lego Masters for Grandmasters of the Galaxy.
Absolutely. This is by far one of the hardest first challenges we have ever had. And I think we've got two camps. We've got teams that thrive in a technical environment and love a highly technical type challenge.
Yeah.
That's what we do. Make the ball go to A to B.
And then others that go, this is not our bag.
Oh, far out, dude. This is crazy.
But what we are good at is making things colourful, amazing, and great storytellers.
Yeah.
So they've basically said, let's have a fairly simplistic mechanism, but let's go over the top with our other strengths.
Oh, that's super.
It's a good bow tie,
Yeah. I love it.
And you know what? That's a smart move.
Like I touched on before, I well and truly fit into that second category. I just think that the possibility of zero far outweighs, losing a couple of points just on that kind of mechanical involvement in the build. There's going to be certainly teams that kind of nail both, and that's what makes this competition so great.
Excited.
I think we were feeling pretty good.
I've always wanted to do a great ball contraption, so we're going to do our best to try to represent Canada as much as we possibly can with this build. Our build is going on a journey through Canada. So we have our ball go over the Niagara Falls and then into that frozen hockey rink, and then it's going to go through the Rocky Mountains
Where a Ferris wheel will scoop it up and send it off to the next team.
Is that an ice hockey rink that I see?
It is.
Thank
Look
you
at that.
for
We're already rocking it out.
Well, you're obviously Canadian. Obviously,
There had to be hockey.
Okay, you ready to catch stuff?
Yes, you're not even over there yet.
I'm right here.
Now you are. Jesus.
You guys siblings?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So today we're building an American-themed theme park. The ball comes down the roller coaster, up our lift, and the lift is going to toss the ball through the tunnel, down into the clown's mouth, and then back up another lift.
I really like this idea. I think using a theme park is a really easy way of being able to incorporate heaps of colour and movement. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how these guys pull it off.
I feel like being siblings could possibly be a secret advantage for us, honestly, because we know each other. At the moment, I feel like we're doing pretty good. We haven't argued yet, so...
That's actually a lie. We've argued a little bit,
No,
but not that much. Not that
Come
much.
on now. I don't think that was an argument.
It was a
a strong discussion.
It was a debate.
Dai, Jaiwan, Team China, welcome to Australia.
Thank you.
Does this feel like the Chinese version? Is there one judge, two judges?
Two judges.
Yep. Do you guys know Brickman? Like,
I mean, of course I know Brickman.
Yes, that's very famous in China.
Brickman's very famous in China.
You and Brickman.
Let's be honest, who doesn't know Brickman?
Who would be more famous in China, Brickman or Hugh Jackman?
Are you kidding me? Definitely Brickman.
Definitely Brickman.
Who's Hugh Jackman? I'm Dai.
I'm Jia Yuan.
We're from China. We became really good friends. As a team, our biggest strength is really trust each other. Sometimes we fight a lot, like 要摆一点就几个小的那种。
颜色太素了。
If we fight, I always listen to her.
Coming second on Lego Masters China Season 2 was really good, but we really wanted to win.
Yes.
We came here to win. Today we are going to build a Kung Fu village. We see our ping pong ball as someone who wants to learn real Kung Fu. If the ball can pass the test, he can go up to the mountain to collect his sword on the top of the tower.
I really like this concept. Having the Kung Fu Village would be a great way of being able to incorporate some, some characters into the build as it transitions through. You know, you get movement with the Kung Fu moves, hopefully, maybe a karate chop of some sort. But yeah, I like this one. I think this one's going to turn out well. Let's hope they execute it right.
And he graduates. Enters a white belt, leaves a black belt. 10 hours to go!
Oh my gosh.
10 hours to go, 2 hours down.
I can't believe it's been 2 hours. Well, this is good. We've got 10 hours.
Did I get the one thing I needed? I did. I remembered it. That's a world first. That's part of the problem. I don't think that's the whole problem and nothing but the problem, but it's definitely part of the problem. What is going on here? Gee, I need to shut up. Here we go.
Are you just talking to yourself?
Always.
Okay. I'm Gabby.
And I'm Owen. Last time you saw us, I was lofting a trophy.
Scotty and Owen!
And Gabby was watching it happen.
We have built, I think, in like 27 episodes in seasons 3 and 5 of Lego Masters Australia.
I got to say that Gabby and Owen have to be the early season prediction as winners. Owen's technical ability and his ability to create movement within his builds, almost, in my opinion, unmatched. But then Gabby's ability to be able to story tell and, create beautiful characters and stuff, really, elevates the builds that they do as well. So I would say these guys would be the early season predictions for winners. I'm really looking forward to seeing what they come up with.
We're going to smoke you guys. We'll see you at the top of the leaderboard.
So even though we haven't built together as a team, we certainly know each other's styles.
Coming out. Oh, I nailed it.
I've often been quite stressed out just watching Owen build from across the room. So the thought of having to be the other person in the team is making me a little nervous.
Exciting.
We are going to maximise dwell time. So our vision for today is a serene koi pond. Our ball bounces across the top of 3 lily pads. Then there's a fishing gnome. He's going to pick it from the bottom of the pond where the lily pads drop it and feed it into our fish.
The timing of getting those lily pads is going to be crucial. I'll be... from a build point of view, so far these guys have definitely got the most movement, and I think probably the most room for margin for error. Not margin for error, probably the most possibility for error. They're really going to have to nail this to make it flow properly.
Which then poops it out into the next team's table. So the plan is that these lily pads pick up the ball, come up and tip into the next lily pad. The fact that Brickman's judging it on things like dwell time and the method you move the ball really encourages you to push the technical limits of what we can achieve. I think there's 7 sort of mechanical items that have to work.
Wow. I'm already getting those familiar Owen feelings.
Mad scientist.
Where I'm
vibe.
like,
yeah.
I don't know if that's going to work, mate. And I'll just...
You and me both, mate. You and me both. With the galaxy on the line, you have to try something way more complicated than is necessary for the challenge. We also want to lay down a gauntlet. We want to show what we're capable of right from the start.
Love the ambition.
Yeah, fair.
But this is what the first step's for. Is you got to have a big swing.
Yeah,
you got to let people know you're here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that absolutely works. Good thinking.
Fellas,
So many interesting builds, Emily.
I can't look.
Don't look. At the moment, our biggest competition is all of them. Coming into a place where there's so much success and so much achievement, there is that expectation to do well in a first challenge. And looking around the room, the builds from the other teams are absolutely incredible. And so we're very frazzled.
We're very frazzled. And if I look around the room, I'll probably like...
No, don't look around the room. Don't look around the room. It's really important when you're doing a build that you feel really good about it. But we are so worried. We're looking at all these black bricks and we're thinking, is this the right idea for us? Right. I am wondering whether we need to stop and reset.
coming up, the toughest challenge in LEGO Masters history continues.
I feel like we're a little bit behind where we want to be. This is probably the worst build that we've ever done on LEGO Masters.
Okay, so far not good.
It's possible that we've bitten off more than we can chew.
Their last few hours, we'll be testing like we've never seen anyone test before.
And then the builds are put to the ultimate test. Don't you let us down, Ball. Come on, Ball. I hope that's the last human touch we see.
Oh, man.
No.
Great ball contraption? It's a hard one.
Yeah, it's really hard.
I can't believe this is challenge one. I really can't believe this is challenge one.
I wonder whether we're better off with two smaller ones. The challenge today is to get the ball from A, down at the bottom, to B, up at the top. And we're kind of freaking out.
We're very much freaking out. Okay, Emily, I am wondering whether we need to stop and reset because I don't feel like we have a good vision.
Yeah, I think so as well. We're building a space theme with a black hole, but we're just thinking it's not us.
So we're spiraling down our very own black hole right now.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we literally need to pivot the whole entire build.
Right.
It is the absolute cardinal sin of this competition to start a build, get a couple of hours into it and have to restart it. I think it's, my initial concern was that it was going to be a little bit too dark, but to think about having to restart this, it'll be interesting. You're never going to get as good a quality build, doing this partway through.
We are amongst the best of the best. We need to do something that showcases who we are. What's something like more us? Like, what's us? The way we typically like to build is interesting shapes, big colours.
And what's bright and colourful? A rainbow?
So our new vision is that the ball is going to go up over the rainbow with a conveyor belt, and then it's going to go through the clouds and up to the sunshine when it then goes on to carry its journey.
Big risk changing partway through. They're kind of 9 hours into the build now, and the thought of having to restart, they're a quarter of the way into the time that they had. So huge risk, but I guess the reality of it is that if you feel like you're going down the wrong path, there's no point spending the next 9 hours building something that, in the end isn't going to give you a good result. So, it's one of the cardinal sins of this competition is to get partway through a build and have to restart.
We are feeling more confident about this idea.
Yeah.
But we've lost quite a bit of time.
Radio. Rainbows.
It could be the worst thing we've ever done or the best thing we've ever done.
Keep going.
You've got it. Go Team New Zealand.
No.
On 3, sheep. Vidar and Alvin, Team Sweden, hello, welcome to Australia.
Thank you very much.
You've come a long way.
Yeah, we have. Really far. This is Vidar.
This is Albin, and we are Team Sweden. Grandmasters of the Galaxy. That title would be absolutely insane to have. It's like the best title you can have as a Lego builder. In our build, we have rich aliens at a galactic golf resort playing mini golf with the Earth.
Now, Australia and New Zealand, we're like cousins.
Yeah.
We love each other, but when it comes to sport, we hate each other. Finland and Sweden.
Yeah, I think we get along, but I think they see us as weaker cousins or even younger siblings. Because they're all strong, endures the cold, and we have a bit warmer weather.
Swedish people are to Finnish like it's a friendly rivalry.
They're like our favorite enemies.
Yes.
Let's see. It's perfect.
I'm Aura.
I'm Oskari. We won the season 2 of Lego Masters Finland.
And everyone thinks we have been dating, but no. We are also not related. Our style of building was big. It needs to kind of like grab the attention.
Playful and detailed.
Yes.
Winning the competition gave me like extreme amounts of delicious validation.
Our goal is to build as many challenges as possible. We want to win.
We want to represent our great nation here.
First, we're gonna have a snowy slope where the ball will come down, and then it's gonna end up inside a sauna where there's a reindeer and it's throwing water to heat up the stove, just like Finnish people do.
It's going to be interesting to see if they have that mechanism kind of in continual movement and then being able to time it right, or whether or not they'll have it just with the character, the reindeer, sitting there with the the cup for the ball to fall in and then move it. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they do it.
And the ladle he's using is going to be moving back and forth as a mechanism that carries the ball from here to the elevator here. And it rises with the steam to the next country.
The mechanism most definitely is the most challenging part of the build.
Because the timing and stuff is really delicate.
There is time stress, but there's always time stress. If we wouldn't feel time stress, we wouldn't be trying enough.
I just can't get over the fact that this is the first challenge. I'm actually just still processing it, I think.
Trent, Alex, welcome back again.
I know.
And again.
That transition.
You've done it before, but you've never done it with Trent.
Yeah.
Trent, you've never done it with Alex. This is the alchemy that I think we've been waiting for.
Totally. Here we have Trent, iconic Lego Masters builder from both seasons 2 and 5 of Lego Masters Australia. Trent's builds are so iconic within Lego Masters. The farmer and the carrot, Chicken Man, the bull through the art frame.
And Alex from season 4 and 5, you might remember her from builds such as Crime Cat.
That line that Alex's team built in the finale was just spectacular. It was one of those builds that kind of you didn't know whether or not they were going to be able to pull it off right throughout, and that was one of my favourites in the finale. I think that this team is going to be really good at creating beautiful storylines. They're both very good at building characters, so I think it's going to be smart for them to really lean into that kind of character side of their builds. It'll be interesting to see how these guys go.
Alex did amazingly well. Season 4 came second, and then Grandmasters made the finale. I couldn't have asked for a better partner in terms of the style that we bring to the competition. I think we're going to be able to just lean into characters, animals.
And I think we've got every chance to take out the trophy.
I'm very, very happy with this pairing.
Yeah.
Very similar vibe. Love the animals, love the characters.
Yeah.
So I think you're going to be ad nauseum by the end of the season if we make it that far, but we're going to lean into that.
So you're promising too much. Character saturation.
It is. If we can work it in, we will. The story behind our build today is Squirrel Land, and these squirrels are nut obsessed. They are trying to get their hands on that ball because they think it's a nut. We're going to go for one simple mechanism.
A conveyor belt. In a shocking turn of events, I'm going to be doing the mechanism. When we did this challenge in Grandmasters, my teammate Caleb did all of the mechanisms, which was great. I got to build everything else, but Caleb's not here to do those for the team. Someone's going to have to.
Time to step up.
Yeah. Okay. This is grim.
How are you feeling? Confident?
Next question.
This is like what I wanted to build on season one.
I remember.
This is like I wanted to do from like the mine to the port, and now we get to do it.
Oh, yeah.
Series 1 of Lego Masters, Henry and Cade took the win, and we came runners-up.
The fact that it was so close in season 1, we just might have a chance this time.
We are back for redemption. One word, nothing else, redemption.
We want a rematch. Having a mining background, this build is going to give us a massive advantage. So the ball is going to come out of the tipper truck, it's going to roll down the hill towards the first conveyor, that's going to carry it up to the crushing unit, and then that's going to be delivered into the ship with another conveyor taking it up and out to the next country.
It's a really smart choice of a build for these guys, I think. You know, leaning into something that you're so familiar with, and they've probably built these types of, machinery hundreds of times before. So I think it's a really smart move to stick with what you know and what you're really comfortable on the first build of the series. I think it's a good move by these guys.
We're going back to WA mining. So we have dump truck there, we have the ship here. In the middle is going to be a plant processing the ball. That's how we connect the world. We feed the world with iron ore.
All right, everyone, 4 hours down, 8 hours to go.
8 hours, man. I feel so slow. I feel like we're a little bit behind where we want to be.
I feel exactly the same, bro.
Brickman, this is it. It's episode 1. Even though it's really early days, who would you say are our best technical players?
I think the lily pads. I mean, that's working.
Gabby and Owen, what do you like about it?
Well, there's a lot of moving pieces. I mean, a lot.
It's by far the most elaborate contraption.
Indeed. I think their last few hours will be testing like we've never seen anyone test before.
Okay. So far, not good.
David and G.
I mean, let's be honest, that's what they do for a crust. And what they did find is that perfect meld of this is the story we're trying to tell and how it fits in with that engineering world.
Look at that dwell time. It's dwelling forever.
It is dwelling.
Who's the lead contender for the ball not getting across?
New Zealand? We know on this show the danger of what a false start does and all the sunk time that basically puts you so far behind. So they're really struggling.
Well, it sounds like an asthmatic.
Henry and Cade.
I think if the bird weighs any more than this, we're in trouble.
It's about bin chickens, and then a magpie was going to come and swoop down, pick up the ball, and then deposit the ball. But how do you actually get a bird to swoop? That's the first challenge. Then pick up the ball, then make it fly through the air.
Easy to say, hard to do.
Definitely hard to do.
It doesn't work.
Yeah.
I'm working on this mechanism to make the magpie swoop down onto our Australian street, but when I put any amount of weight on it, which would be our bird, it's just unable to pick it up.
I'd have to just call it, bro. It's up to you.
Let's just stop for like 2 seconds and like just...
Reset.
Yeah. What if we made like a ball run? My kids love it, but I mean, it is not great.
Yeah.
Let's keep it simple. Don't worry about the story right now. Let's just get it done. We're going to get the ball up as high as possible. It's going to go down all of these tracks, and then it's going to go up a conveyor belt and down the other side.
Yeah, so this is the big risk when you kind of, like I touched on before, when you're starting a build again, but you know, they've really washed away any possibility of being able to have any type of intricate movement through there. This is going to be a really simple build, I think. I think they're probably really just going to want to make sure that the ball stays in the mechanism and doesn't fall out. just try and bank some points and get out of this challenge. I'm not hopeful on these guys. As good as they are, I'm not hopeful that this one's going to turn out well.
Starting a build again is a huge disadvantage on Lego Masters. This is not how we wanted to come back and defend our title.
It's frustrating. I know. It's hard, man. Like, it's hard. And we have not started. We haven't started is what I'm saying.
You know what I should do? Make a bunch of these and then we can just stack them together as many, and we make them however high we want.
Another interesting thing when you're doing a restart is that if you can utilize as much of what you've already built, it doesn't put you as far behind. It really doesn't look like both teams that have had to do the restart have used much of what they've built so far. So that puts them even further behind. It's going to be touch and go for these teams. It'll be interesting.
Cup. Let's take you out.
Cast your eye quickly.
Oh yeah, it looks great.
Is this going to work? Not high enough.
We go higher. All right, everyone, that is halfway, and I'm going to stop the clock for a second.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
As you know, this build will be scored out of 20. If you are leading at the end of the first 3 challenges, you will win this season's immunity brick. But what is the brick? Would you behold?
Oh my goodness.
Before your very eyes.
Oh wow.
The magic brick! Oh my God! It's levitating! How is that possible? This is true magic!
How is this possible? It's jaw-dropping, okay? This is crazy.
My jaw is down there right now.
Pick
It's
it
just
up.
that low.
Go pick it up.
I need to pick it up, yes.
It's quite surreal. Yeah, you almost don't want to look.
How does the brick float?
It's a little bit unfortunate for Geordie, who comes out and does all of this sort of stuff. Yeah, I would have been putting it into my contract to make sure that if I was dressed up in that green suit, I'd stay hidden the whole time.
This blows my mind. I can't.
Brick, please, float here. As you can see, this brick floats through no other force than pure magic. No supports, no strings. No idea how it's done. Paul, Neolita, you come from America, the land of Hollywood. Are you aware of any such technology that could make a brick float in thin air?
This is crazy.
It's crazy. It's amazing. Owen, how is this possible?
I don't know. I don't know.
It's magic. Well, unfortunately, I've just been informed that to viewers at home, there were some glitches with our green screen special effects. So unfortunately, it might not have looked like the brick was floating, which is disappointing. Brick, float away. Goodbye, magic brick.
Bye, brick.
A truly stunning piece of television.
Bye, brick.
Now, what I'm about to ask you is probably one of the hardest things you've ever done. After seeing that, you have to refocus and keep building. Time back on.
Let's go. We've never had a magic brick before, and I just want it to be next to us all the time. Just giving us that energy, that power.
That immunity.
That immunity. Oh, that would be so nice.
What we still have to do is we gotta actually get all of the mechanics finished, do tons and tons of testing.
We're doing some of the aesthetics, starting to build our hockey player character. Isn't this cute?
How you going, Trent?
Good. Halfway through, and we have got both our mechanisms working. We're just working on the connector from tree A to tree B. We think if we can get this Technic challenge under our belt, we're in with the shot, fingers crossed, to get up there on the leaderboard.
Question. So when we see on the TV, the green person will disappear, right?
No green person.
Okay, no, there's no person. Okay.
There is no person.
It's magic.
Let's go. Let's lay some bricks.
We had hoped by halfway through we'd have the ball travelling across the table and then we could work on the aesthetics. That's not quite happening.
On the plus side, we have 3/4 of a fish. I think we're about 3 hours behind where I would have liked to have been by this point. But due to the quantity of the handovers and the different parts of this build, there's a lot of things that can go wrong. And I'm spending a lot of time debugging the mechanisms. There's a number of transitions in this movement of the ball. There's the lily pads that sort of pass to each other. So there's 3 points there it could fail. There's another one when the fisherman picks it up. There's another one when the fish gets it. And there's another one when the fish poops the ball.
But just the fact that we haven't actually tested it yet makes me feel a bit nervous. The most important thing is for us to get the ball from one side of the table to the other.
Okay, let's do a trial run.
So many things that can go wrong. Oh, that tipped. That's not on top.
Okay, let's go.
It's not counterweighted.
Let me fix that. So our ball's not making it the whole way across the table.
Seems to keep jamming in different places.
Yeah, one little brick here and one little plate there. Oh, that's not good either.
It's possible that we've bitten off more than we can chew.
No surprises at all that these guys are swinging for the fences, but I really think that if they can pull this off, it's really going to be a great and probably a winning build, I think, in these early stages anyway. I guess it's just that process. The more time that the ball is either in the air or transitioning from one to the other, it just creates possible points of failure. So it's going to take perfect timing to be able to get this through.
I don't know if we can pull this together in time.
Yeah, because that's the problem now. So we got a whole bunch of not good happening.
What went wrong?
That, and then this, and then that. But I think the mark of a good build previously has been the feeling that we've bitten off more than we can chew, and just keep on chewing until we get there. Coming in.
Can't say I didn't know what I was getting in for.
The dude's a mad scientist, right?
Yeah, he's in full mad scientist mode today. It's going up.
Your guys' anticipation is going to kill us.
They wanted dwell time. They got dwell time.
It's coming. Please, cloud. It works. Which is the point of the challenge. So that's quite useful. It's coming. It makes it from one side to the other.
We should be very proud of ourselves for that. Go New Zealand!
There is a glimmer of hope at this stage.
Early criticisms on the build on this one. I just don't see any story to this. Like, why is it that the ball is traveling over the rainbow? Doesn't really make sense to me. So, it's going to be interesting to see how they pull this one off.
Was not sure we were going to get to this stage.
No.
And now it's here.
Confident of the ball getting through?
90%.
90%. How often have you tested it?
About 10 times.
Can we give it a go?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
In it comes.
It's run 10 times perfectly.
Yeah.
It's absolutely great. We've run it 10 times and it's worked 10 times.
This is the risk, right?
You're risky, but...
And then it won't work.
Oh.
What the hell? You know what I think? I think Brickman is a curse.
Should we test?
Keep testing it, man.
Dude, we're going good. We're going good here.
That's good. That's good.
Entering international waters.
Whoa. You got 1 hour to go, everybody. Oh, the red lights.
Red lights.
Oh, boy. Oh. Keep Keep pushing, keep testing, make sure absolutely everything works.
Oh boy.
It's the difference between 0 and a score.
At this stage of the build, you really want to be hitting that point where you're really just fine-tuning and kind of adding some story and you know, just putting finishing touches on it. You really don't want to be working out whether or not mechanisms are working or whether or not transitioning of the ball is okay. Otherwise, it gets to panic stations really quickly.
Run, Forrest, run!
All comes down into the river. Fishing. Very good. Kick. Okay, slow it down. Down. Okay. In. Okay.
Nice work, guys.
We're going. Yeah!
Nice.
It's looking good, man. We work in the mining industry, and right now we're building some mining equipment, so this is really exciting for us. We're just starting to trial doing a full run. At the moment, we could get lucky and get the ball all the way across, but we just need to get rid of that luck and make sure it happens every time.
If you have one wrong run, it's 0 points, so we can't have that.
That's pretty good.
No?
Whoops.
It's that.
Just hit that corner.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, now it is got stuck.
okay, that's a problem.
Well, having the ball fly through the air like that is really risky, but if it comes off, it's going to look really good. Obviously, you know, with that test just then, it landed right. So having that ball in kind of, you know, free flight is risky, but yeah, it's going to look really good.
It's been working so well, and then all of a sudden, okay.
I think it's done.
Okay. Do we test the ball? We feel our story is very, very clear. Reindeer enjoying sauna, and it's throwing water to heat up the stove, just like Finnish people do.
I'll try it again.
Yeah.
Smart move putting that little gate mechanism in there, because obviously that takes out all of that, the risk involved with it. Having the gate there stops the ball, and then when the bucket comes over, it can transition across. So simplifying things, really smart move, I think.
But there's no guarantee that it will actually work. The timing is so fiddly.
Yes, yes.
It's not guaranteed at all.
Let's be honest, this is the hardest challenge there is in Lego Masters. It's number 1.
Something about a ping pong ball, it's random. Meeting Lego bricks completely makes it random.
I know. We're gonna try to get it as good as possible.
We believe.
I have no idea of the chances of will it get through or not.
It's insane. If it works, I would raise my hat for you if I would have a hat, but I don't. I would just do this.
10 minutes!
Jeez, look at these birds.
We're feeling really good. This Kung Fu village has some landscapes, mountains, villages. I built these 2 animals. Master Meow. The Grandmaster Meow Shifu wants to see whether this ball is qualified for his apprenticeship. Now I have done the characters. We need to work on other details.
我知道，特调。And mask shirts look like a kung fu movie.
What if I just do that? Hang on, I think I got it.
I love that you don't bother stopping it. You're just trying to build it while it's moving.
I know, what could go wrong? We are testing right up to the wire. We're obviously still debugging this thing. We're doing everything we can to make sure that we at least hit that scoreboard, get as high to the top as we can.
Because it's a leaderboard, every one of the first 3 challenges is cumulative. So the higher a score we can get here, the more likely we are to get the magic brick.
It's wild. From my count, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 areas where it could
Go horribly wrong.
Well, like 8 areas where everything has to go right.
Yeah.
not relax until we've got that ball going down the tube.
All I can do is just keep testing, and hopefully the run that we see is a run that works.
Teams, you have 1 minute.
Keep testing.
Just put the ball in. Let's go. I really want to just try this.
There are some big decisions being made. Some final bricks.
This is the scary part.
The Finns are racing to the finish. I don't even want to look, but I'm hearing a ping pong ball hit the desk.
It's just when Brickman stands near it.
Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is it. Well done, everyone. Well done. Congratulations, everyone. Well done. A huge push. You have officially completed build 1 of Grandmasters of the Galaxy. Well done. Great job. Great job. It looks awesome. It looks awesome. We just need 10 good runs in a row. But before we do that, we're going to go around the room and take a closer look.
Looking around the room, the bar is set extremely high for a first challenge. So today, you want to score high if we're going to have any chance of getting that magic brick.
Why don't we start with Team Australia, then Alex. Critterland. You got to create a world that does feel very you guys.
Yeah.
Are you proud of that side of the build?
Very proud of what we've put together from a visual perspective. Today we have built a squirrel wonderland. And these squirrels are nut obsessed. They are trying to get their hands on that ball because they think it's a nut.
So the ball is going to sneak up the tree, down past our little squirrel characters, and then out the other tree.
There's no complex mechanisms, just one simple conveyor belt.
So we could focus on selling this squirrel story.
You guys on your various editions of Lego Masters definitely been known as like some of the superstars of characters and cute animals and things like that. Brickman, is it a match made in heaven? Is it coming together well here?
It's your strength. And so obviously when you have a strength, and it's a great strength, it is important to play it. Obviously, technical isn't your thing at all. Mechanisms, motors. So you go, you know what? This isn't our jam. Let's make a really simple mechanism. Let's get on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
Let's just get that right, and hopefully we can maximise our possible score. There's a big difference between 0 and somewhere in the teens.
Totally.
Yeah, smart play.
A really smart choice by Trent and Alex. Yeah, really playing to their strength, and like kind of Brickman spoke about, it's all about making sure that you kind of bank points. Look, I think with the simplicity of the build, the best that they would really be kind of thinking on that with scores would kind of be, mid-teens, somewhere in that range. The story's good, but just doesn't quite have the appeal of, that ball transitioning through complex mechanisms.
How are you guys feeling?
We're very confident. We're probably in the 95% confident category.
Love that.
I was expecting a 0 when we came in, so to now be saying, maybe 90 is just a treat.
Awesome. Guys, can't wait to see that ball go through Squirrel Town. Good luck. Good luck.
Thank you. I think it's really, really good. We haven't done mechanism before.
Yeah.
It's our first build together. I couldn't be happier.
Team Finland.
I feel just bummed out that we don't know if it will work.
Looks-wise, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. But the chaos is there. This is the most chaotic thing we have ever built. We feel like this is the most chaotic thing we have ever built. The chaos is there.
It has been an exciting few hours.
I feel relieved that it's not in my hands anymore.
The story is a reindeer enjoying sauna. The ball is gonna travel through the atmospheric landscape. Then it's gonna go inside a sauna, travel in the ladle, and rise up with the steam.
We chose to do a sauna because sauna is as Finnish as you can get.
It all comes down to one moment. The scoop has to work, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's a percentage of potato and carrot.
What? Sorry, what is that a saying? Potato and carrot?
No, it's just I can't give you numbers, so I give you vegetables.
Okay. I mean, I like it.
The key to this one is definitely that transition. Whether or not they can time it right, is going to be key. The story is okay, and the detail that's in the reindeer I think is really good, but I would say that all of their score hinges on that transition.
So let's look at the mechanism in detail. In terms of the three components of that, the gate, the getting across, then the turning to empty it, which is the one that has you most worried?
The gate.
The gate?
The timing is so fiddly, so there is a big element of luck in it.
I think it does need to be said that good on you for having a go.
The sculpting of the reindeer is great. From a technical perspective, I mean, to time when the ball goes into the scoop, as well as then rotate, empty the scoop, it's actually one of the more complex mechanisms out of all of these builds that we have here. So I think we're all cheering for Finland.
Oh.
Yeah, we are.
We want to see it happen. Good luck.
When things are not easy peasy lemon squeezy, they are difficult lemon difficult.
Yeah.
We don't know if it will work. It's not guaranteed at all.
Team Canada!
Our build is a journey through Canada.
The ball is going to come soaring over the top of Niagara Falls, land in our hockey rink where we have our hockey player that's swinging his stick.
And then it's going to go through the Rocky Mountains with our infamous geese flying overhead.
You can tell we're looking at a build where you've done Lego Masters before. And what I mean by that is you know where to focus your attention. I do like the thought of the hockey player. I definitely want to see it bounce around. I want to see the hockey player definitely get a bit of that random element. The ball might bounce around for a little bit, potentially giving us dwell time. I have seen it go straight through as well, so yes. Fingers crossed. Hopefully we can get it across the line.
Yeah, completely agree with Brickman on this one. Having that ball bounce off the hockey player's stick would be, certainly add to the appeal of it, add to a little bit more of the charm of the build. I really like this build. I think the mechanisms that are involved with it are relatively simple, but I think, it works from a story point of view.
Representing Australia, David and G.
The story today behind our build is WA. Represents mining, the red dirt, the Pilbara. We have the haul pack truck, which is tipping up, letting the ball roll down the hill into the first conveyor, which is going to tip it into the crusher. And that's going to roll into the ship with another conveyor taking it up and out to the next country.
Story-wise, Brickman, does it provide enough opportunity for dwell time?
Definitely. The times when you have hit home runs is when it's been a literal build, when it's a real-life subject matter, when it's something that you're familiar with, something you know. And we could sense that right from the very second. It's very industrial. It has a certain look and feel about it. So how do you bring life to that? How do you get colour? And the yellow dump truck, for example's sake, is a great way to do it. You were rattling off model numbers of the dump truck.
What truck's that based on?
D9 dozer around the front. So.
Yeah. I thought it was a D8.
I really love the addition of minifigures with this build. I think adding minifigures to your builds is a really easy way of being able to tell the story a little bit easier. First team so far to be able to use them. So, full marks so far on the aesthetics of the build.
Team USA!
So we have built a theme park. We have a lot of American elements, including stars and stripes and the colors red, white, and blue.
The ball comes down the roller coaster, then it's gonna go up our lift, pass through the tunnel, down into the clown's mouth, and then back up a lift.
It's all American fun.
Literally.
The fact that you went really bright, crazy colours worked in your favour. That's a big tick.
How are they adding to the dwell time? Is the ball doing interesting stuff?
Definitely. Whilst it is a linear journey, it actually moves around a little bit within the space of your build, and I think that's really cool. But in particular to this build, where I think that pressure mounts the most. The door, the mouth of the clown. The ball sits behind it, and then it has to open for the ball to come out. Potentially is a few awkward seconds if it works or not.
All right, Team Sweden.
I love the use of the hot dogs around the clown's mouth on this build. Aesthetics, really good. Once again, use of minifigures, which I love. I think that this one, if it all works out okay, it will be a really good build. I really love the use of the roller coaster track as well, because once again, from a storyline point of view, it all makes sense. So yeah, as it travels through there, I think it'll look really good.
In our build, we have rich aliens playing mini-golf with the Earth. They will hit the ball into the hole. It will roll down through the mini-golf course, through a Swedish barn, where it rolls up a conveyor belt, ends up in the hole-in-one.
What I do like is you found a way to bring some colour into it and found ways to make things beautiful to look at. That's obviously a thing, and you think about aesthetics and characters, and so you found a way to do that by incorporating aliens, all of those kind of bits and pieces. But the route of the ball itself is fairly simplistic. Even, for example, like the one mechanism in this big red building, it's actually covered up.
Oh, yeah.
We can't see it because it's inside a house.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know what to think about these guys' build at the start of it. You know, the concept of the aliens with the world rolling through it and then playing mini golf with it is a good one. But like Brickman said, really simplistic in its movements. And when you're doing that, I think you probably need to nail the story a little bit better.
Daijo1, how does it feel to be on Lego Masters in Australia?
So far, so good.
So far, so good?
We built a Kung Fu village. We see our ping pong ball as someone who wants to learn real Kung Fu. And he passed the test, finally become the Kung Fu master. The first obstacle is the rabbit trap, and then goes all the way through the cave. And then it keeps going to the practice yard, where it makes two masters, fox and a stork. If the ball can pass that test, he can graduate and collect the sword on the top of the tower.
Brickman, what's your take on the Lego side of things, and how likely do you think it is that we get an interesting path?
I think the path is good, and you really thought about the challenge. Things like our rabbits, for example's sake, you've added a few things in here which have really started to bring the path to life. I think it was very clever.
What do you think the ball's going to do? Are there any areas where you're nervous for it making it out the other side?
Yeah, so our only concern is whether the ball would pass the test given by the two masters. If the ball can pass the test, we pass the test.
Oh, wow. It's a metaphor. But I like the way that you make it sound like it's the ball's job to pass the test. It's not your job to get the ball out. If the ball doesn't make it, because the ball is weak. Jaiwan, what percentage chance do you give the ball of making it?
100%.
100%? Yes, all right. That's a lot of confidence. We'll be having a big talk to the ball if it doesn't graduate. All right. Thanks, guys. Good luck.
Thank you.
Sure, it's 100%. You can never be stopped and just go to the another table.
I think these guys, in regards to storytelling, have really nailed it. Once again, fairly simplistic in the way that the ball transitions through. You know, there are a few opportunities for the characters that are in the build to interrupt the movement, which is going to add to that, you know, dwell time that Brickman talked about. But you know, I think the characters that are in there really tell a much better story on this one. So even though it's gone simplistic on the movement, I think they've nailed the story a lot better.
Henry and Cade, let's take a look. Guys, first ever winners of Lego Masters. It's awesome to have you back, but I know not without its stresses.
Yeah. I'm pretty disappointed with this build. You know, I'm really happy that we've got something done, but I would say that this is probably the worst build that we've ever delivered on Lego Masters.
Henry and Cade, another one of our Aussie teams It's awesome to have you back, but I know not without its stresses.
Yeah?
You guys have chosen bin chickens as our beautiful part of our bird life to share with our international guests.
We set out to make an Australiana scene with a big wheelie bin and lots of little bin chickens.
So our ping pong ball travels up a conveyor belt, falls onto a ramp. It gets delivered into our mechanism that turns it, and then into our final conveyor belt, which goes up and delivers it to the next ramp.
This build is completely different to what Henry and I had imagined when we first started. We won the original season of Lego Masters Australia, and this is the worst build that we've ever delivered, but we are getting the ball from A to B, so that's our only solace at this point.
You got yourselves in a bit of a pickle, didn't you?
Yes.
Yep.
A few hours in, you realised that the vision wasn't going to match the timescale, and you kind of had to pivot. What you have, of course, seen is the negative energy of a false start.
Yeah.
What you've had to do is pare things back because it's about getting a score and getting on the board.
100%.
And so the bin chickens, because they're so small, you kind of not understand why they're there.
Yeah. Lego Masters is very different from when we were on it together, and we can see how much the competition has transformed. I feel relieved that we completed the build at all, but I know that we're capable of so much more.
I completely agree with Brickman on this one once again. You know, the storyline just isn't there for me. You know, why are the bin chickens sitting on those, you know, rails? You know, I would have maybe have turned it into like a gutter on a house with like you know, a section of roof, so it looked like that they were standing in and around a house, or something a little bit, you know, that gave it a little bit more of a story behind why the bin chickens were there in the first place. Yeah, look, I wouldn't expect. You know, it's pretty simple. So I would expect that the ball will move through their build quite easily. But from a points point of view, I would be guessing kind of low teens on this one. I wouldn't be expecting a high score. It's just one where they're really kind of banking some points and moving on.
All right, Team New Zealand, let's do it. We started with the cosmos, and then we ended up in our rainbow cloudland.
The story behind our build is the rainbow.
It's fun and colourful with creatures, because that's who we are. The ball is going to go up over the rainbow, and then it's going to come down into the cloud area and up to the sunshine when it then goes on to carry its journey.
Usually when we talk about cloudland, it conjures up a sense of like fantasy and hope. And like almost a dream-like state. Is that how you feel about the chances of the ball getting from one side to the other?
We're going with wishes.
Yeah,
Love
it's a place of wishes.
Yeah.
But that's kind of the exciting thing about this challenge. It will come down to millimetres, won't it, Brick?
Definitely, and there is a random element. Basically, the second it gets off that very first conveyor belt, it's luck of the draw, isn't it? But I think about what the most exciting versions of all of these way from A to B are is where there is a random element. We want anticipation. We want to, is it going to make it? Yes, yes, yes. And then when it does, we obviously get the joy and excitement of it actually happening. So that's what we're hoping for.
What are our chances, do you think, of the ball coming in here, making it out the other side?
I would say it's somewhere around 1% if Brickman is standing anywhere near it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I tested it. And then every time Brickman comes over to chat, it doesn't work.
Okay.
So as long as he leaves the building, we're fine. I think Brickman is a curse. So we need him to stand far away. So we can still see it, but far away.
That's a big call, blaming the mechanism's success on Brickman. I'm not a big fan of this one. You know, even if it does, you know, the mechanism does work, if Brickman's not standing close to it. I just don't, story's just not there for me. And that kind of whole story of it going on to the sun, it's literally just it passing over a rainbow, and then there's a big yellow blob with some eyes on it. yeah, I'm not a big fan of this one. You know, fingers crossed it works for them, but even so, I wouldn't expect it to be a high scorer.
Team Australia, Gabby and Owen, our final stop on the balls journey, but by no means our shortest, is it, Owen?
I think there's 10 handover points.
10 handover points.
And like 7 sort of mechanical items that have to work.
Our story is a little gnome is fishing in a koi pond. The ball rolls onto the first lily pad, onto a further 2 lily pads, splashes into the water, gets picked up by the fisherman's hook, eaten by the fish, and then comes out the other end of the fish.
Pooped out by the fish.
It's so interesting seeing you guys build together because we haven't had you as a team, even though we've had you guys separately. Gabby, what was it like for you to kind of, you know, witness Owen's mad dreams?
Mania, yeah. It's incredible how fast that brain works.
Brickman, as a technical build, as an artistic build, but also for the story, what are your thoughts?
Well, you found a way to have a cohesive story to tie it all back together, and I think that's really important. Watching the lily pads independently move and the scooping up of the ball, taking it to that spot, waiting for the fish, all of those kind of things to happen at the same time, that's when the magnitude of complexity multiplies enormously. I asked a very specific brief and you found a way to achieve that brief perfectly. It's awesome. You should be super proud.
Oh God, it's exciting. I think it's time to get a ball through the system. What do you reckon?
Can't wait.
All right, good luck, guys.
Good luck.
Well done.
I think we...
Look, I think these guys, you know, that it hinges on one thing: is if the ball transitions through their build smoothly, they've won it for sure. You know, by far and away, they have the most complex transition for the balls to occur. And not only that, they've been able to incorporate a really nice story into it, and you know, really finishing off the build really well. So fingers crossed, if they can, as long as they can transition, I think they'll won it. They would have won it. You know, definitely close to full marks if it transitions well.
We have nailed the brief. If we can get the ball to pass, I think we're in for a good score.
We've been testing, but even in our final few tests, there was still the occasional failure. So I'm not 100% confident this is going to work.
May your conveyor belts run true. May your rainbows have enough curve on them. And may your reindeers sauna as best they can.
Oh, man.
Just do it, man.
Yeah. Don't you let us down, Ball. Come on, Ball. Come on, Earth. You ready? I hope that's the last human touch we see. Team Sweden.
Nice. That's meant to happen.
Okay, great. Okay. Just kidding. We're away. Yep. Okay. Here we go.
Flip it up. Flip it up. Flip it up. Flip it up. Flip it up.
Scoop. It's up. All the tension.
It keeps on rolling and...
That was a lot. That was a lot for the first one.
Yep.
All right, you're in. You guys are clear. Miraculously through one. Come on. Critterland. Team in Australia. All right, the ball has vanished. How confident are you, Al?
Honestly, unsure at this moment.
Slow but reliable. You said you wanted dwell time.
I did.
Here we go. We can see it
One
behind
down.
the trees. Just needs a little kick out. Okay, the ball's come around the back.
Into the next tree, behind the bushes.
There she is. Al.
Come on, come on.
We're close.
Come on.
Are we out of the woods, literally? 2 for 2. All right, here we go.
I thought that the transition through their build was a little bit too fast. You know, all of the dwell time that they had with it is, you know, when the ball was hidden. So, I'd mark them down a little bit on that. Like I said, aesthetics are really nice, but yeah, I'd mark them down on that one.
The rabbits.
Okay, here we go. Team China.
No problem.
No problem. Take it down into
Kung Fu.
Good dwell time.
Oh, excellent.
It's stuck.
A kick.
The kicks work perfectly. Ball is ascending.
Yeah.
The ball is worthy.
Of course.
And now we enter New Zealand.
I love the way that just to transition it through, it got that final kick. I would have loved to have seen it once it hit the top. They referenced it getting the sword. I would have loved to have seen the sword kind of pop up or something, give them some type of visual representation of them achieving the goal.
Brickman, get in your cage. You get to your cage. Don't you dare ruin this. And now we find out. Was it truly Brickman that was the problem? And did we need to shield his harmful rays from the build? Yes, we did.
I'm sorry, Brickman.
The amount of Brickman cages we'll need to build from now on. Oh! That's huge! Huge! Oh my god, it worked! It was your fault! You stay in that cage until we release you. The 1%! Get out, Brickman! You're free! You're free! Team Canada. Down the falls, through hockey. Here we go. Scooping. It's kind of stuck. You go. It's got it! Alright, it's in and out of Canada very quickly.
It's a shame that we didn't see that hockey player get a touch on the ball as it went past. I think that would have really added to the dynamic of the ball transitioning. Yeah, a bit of a shame on that one. Rest of the build, kind of okay.
7G, a fast entry into the mine site.
We go to the crusher.
Alright, it's just got to be crushed.
Yes. Wait.
So you're going to make it.
Off to port. That's a long dwell.
Just getting the papers ready for the ship. Yep, okay.
Here we go.
G,
Let's go to Finland.
Let's have a cheer.
Real simple on this one. The ball transitioned through really well. I would have loved to have seen them put together a mechanism that came in like a claw that kind of came and picked up the ball and transitioned it across. I think that would have really added to the build. Simple, really good design. I like this one.
Okay, Team Finland. Oh my god. Come on, Kate. Go. Oh, brutal. Ooh, just couldn't get over.
So disappointing.
Yeah.
Sometimes she goes, sometimes she doesn't. That's just the way she goes.
We blame the ball.
Look, a heck of a try. A heck of a try. Great job. Thank you, reindeer. Not your fault. You tried your hardest. However, coming out here.
Look, if you're going to keep it this simple, you really need to nail that transition. And yeah, it's unfortunate to see them get a donut on this one. But yeah, I think you've really got to tell a much better story if you're going to do something like this. And I feel like that they missed out on a number of levels.
We move on to Australia.
Bin chickens.
We're at maximum dwell, and it's almost 1 Earth year in orbit. There we go. She's down, and now we begin the big run. Through the yellow, through the red. Okay. Every drop brings you closer. Are we out of the woods?
No.
Sorry, we've run out of time tonight, everyone. Thank you for watching. Always great to have you. We'll complete this journey on next episode of Lego Masters, Grandmasters of the Galaxy, Channel 9. Oh, hang on, we're back. Ha! Oh. Yes! Team USA.
Come on.
All right, here we go. Getting ready for the flip. Way! She's in the top.
Yes!
What?
No, it's stuck in the door.
Come on. Are you serious? Seeing the ball get stuck in a clown's mouth is so disappointing.
Oh, it just got clown stuck. brutal.
Just the timing, Mike.
And a millimetre. Guys, very close, but here we go, on to the next.
So close. Never mind.
I'm sorry, but if you're going to be building something that's going to have a ball transitioning through it, just build it slightly bigger so that this problem doesn't happen. I really love the way the ball flew through the air and transitioned really smoothly. Such a shame that this one didn't work out, but it was such an easy problem to kind of get over, and they failed.
We enter Australia, the land of unpredictability. All right, well, it's a smooth transition to the first lily pad. We need to see a tilt here. Through. Oh.
Here it comes.
Wild. One more pad to go.
Come on, tilt.
Oh, it made it.
No, fishing.
Come on.
Come on, fishy.
This fish just has to poop out the world, and we've got this.
Oh, it's so fantastic.
Off to do its business. Unbelievable, guys! Congratulations! Well done. A couple of very unlucky hiccups, but we have brought the world together.
We have.
You can exhale. We'll see you in the middle in a second to talk leaderboard. Well done, guys.
Well, I think you got the winners right there. I think it's pretty simple, or pretty easy to say that, you know, they've nailed it on so many levels. You know, aesthetics were beautiful. The way that the ball transitioned through, and then the technical aspect of it, I think they'll kick goals. If they don't get close to 20, 19 to 20, I'd be really surprised.
I couldn't be prouder of what we've put on the table, and the fact that we've now met the brief and we've moved the ball from A to B, yeah, couldn't be happier.
Starting the competition with 0 points.
The feeling is not great.
It's going to be very difficult to get to the top of the leaderboard unless we win every single challenge.
So we will just now build the best stuff we ever can.
Everybody, you have come from all corners of the galaxy. Our aim was to bring the world together. I feel like we really did.
You all had the same problem, but found a different way to solve that same problem. And they're all unique and interesting in their own way, so well done, everybody.
They really made the contestants work for it on this first challenge. Having that, I guess, the risk reward of being able to get the ball to transition through the different worlds. And, you know, do you roll the dice and go technical like Gabby and Owen, or do you keep it simple and bank some points? It was really a really good first challenge, because it really gave you the contestants an opportunity to, you know, really swing for the fences and try and win it, get right out in front from the get-go, or whether or not, you know, you've got the people who, like Trent and Alex, who just play to their strengths, bank some points and move on to the next challenge.
Congratulations, guys. Amazing first
well done. Tough build. Super tough.
All right. Today's build is out of 20. And as promised, we will have a leaderboard in the first 3 challenges. If you are leading at the end of the third build, you will win the magic brick. That is what you're playing for in the first 3 builds. Now, as we said at the start, if the ball didn't make it through your section, you would score 0. Unfortunately, we had 2 teams unluckily hit that 0, Finland and the USA. Brickman, your thoughts?
Such a tough challenge to start with. Let's be honest, luck plays an impact today. Whilst the ball didn't make it through, Finnish team and our American team, I thought you really showed the spirit of Lego Masters, and you didn't give up at any point in time, so well done. Good job.
We then had everybody else register a score. Who was the next bunch of teams?
Well, obviously the challenge was getting from A to B. Once you got that from the entry to the exit, that then came down to all of our normal criteria, with a little bit of a focus on dwell time and what the ball actually did along the path. So we have a whole group of teams in the middle. They are Sarah and Emily from New Zealand, Henry and Cade from Australia, Trent and Alex also from Australia, Albert and Vidar from Team Sweden, and Nick and Stacey from Canada.
Well done, guys. Beautiful stuff. These scores are up. So everyone in the mid-pack doing a great job getting the ball across.
Definitely.
I feel like Henry and Kate are really lucky to be as close to those other teams as what they are. You know, I really didn't like their build. Emily and Sarah, I think probably, you know, I thought that they probably should have been on more like about 10. Trent and Alex, maybe, you know, just unders, maybe 14. Nick and Stacey, I agree with 15. I think their build was pretty good. So, Vida and Albin, you know, I think they were around the mark. But I think, Henry and Cade, Emily and Sarah, I think certainly should consider themselves lucky to be as close as they are.
That does leave us with our top 3 teams, Brickman.
Indeed. Please step forward. Gabby and Owen, David and G, and Di and Jaiwan.
Congratulations, guys. We have Team China playing up against 2 of the Aussie teams.
Indeed.
Brickman, how did these teams rank?
Personally, I think that the order for the top 3 will be Gabby and Owen winning it, 19, I think. Then Di and Jaiwan, 18, and then 17 for David and G.
So in third place with a super cool build, and I love how literal they are, from Australia, David and G with the 16 points.
Lovely stuff. Great foot forward, great way to start, great way to get the band back together. Lovely to see a third place from you guys. Brickman, we've got top 2 here. Di and Jaiwan, Team China. Gabby and Owen, Team Australia. Who's our top team?
Di and J1. Your build as a whole, it's beautiful, it's colourful, it looks fantastic, and I did love the story a lot. But I think with perhaps the most complex build, which not only brings more risk, but also more reward. Our top team goes to Gabby and Owen. Well done.
Huge, 19.
It's fantastic to come first. It's an interesting challenge. It's definitely my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
So I think this is a challenge we had a distinct advantage in.
One with 17 points. Fantastic results. Second on the first episode. Congratulations, guys. Congratulations, everyone. Well done. Owen and Gabby with a 2-point buffer heading into the next 2 builds. It will be the leader at the end of the 3rd build that gets the magic brick. Huge score. Super impressive work. Well done again. How do you feel now coming through and taking out the win?
Yeah, I think it's quashed some concerns about how much I might annoy Gabby, so...
Great. All right. Well, it's been an awesome way to start this season. The builds get more exciting. They ramp up from here. But until then, well done, everyone.
It was actually much easier to build with Owen than I thought it would be. Sorry, Owen. But usually you're climbing the walls.
Still time for that later.
Yep.
This season on LEGO Masters Grandmasters of the Galaxy.
That's insane.
The battle for galactic supremacy continues. And we've got some pretty big things lined up. We've got booby traps.
That was awesome.
Car chases.
Hold on to your bricks.
Looking good.
Mysteries.
Is the challenge of my dreams.
Crime is my thing.
Even an entire Chinese restaurant.
That is not Lego.
It is.
No way.
There's no telling just how far we'll take it.
I love that.
I think this is the most fun I've had so far here in Australia.
Focus, focus. It all starts tomorrow. Here we go. With a team challenge that will send Lego bricks flying.
Well, there you have it. A great start to the series, I think. You know, I didn't mind the final scoring, actually, having Gabby and Owen at 19 and then the other team, you know, a 2-point gap. I think probably better represented what the differences were in the builds. You know, rather than that score at 19, 18, 17 that I said. So I like the fact that there was that little bit of a gap there. You know, they really were head and shoulders above everybody else. What did you guys think of the episode, the opening one of the season? Leave a comment in the comment section below. Like and subscribe to stay up to date. I'm going to be doing these videos for every episode in the series, unless I get a copyright strike and I'm going to have to stop doing this. Hit the bell notifications to stay up to date for when I release the next one, and I'll see you in the next video.